Hello and welcome r/AskReddit by Reddit Reader. The question in this video is, what's the weirdest thing you've done as a result of social anxiety? Before we start, please give the video a like and hit that subscribe button to help this channel grow. I was in a dance class a few years ago and we had to do improv. Everyone there was a way better dancer than me, so I had a difficult time just with that. Well, my teacher gave us 5 minutes to come up with a dance to a whole song, and you'd have to dance in front of the class alone. I knocked the duck out of there and ran and hid in the bathroom. My cell phone was still in the classroom, but at that point I didn't care. I decided to sneak out the front door of the studio. Well, there's a small problem there. The walkway to the parking lot was in front of the giant windows of my classroom. I decided to just duck down and run the best I could, hoping no one saw me. I made it to the car and had my dad run in and get my phone. Didn't go back to my class for a few weeks there. I had the same dance improv day too, and I was so anxious about coming up with something. When it was my turn, I clapped a few times, turned in a circle, and did the grapevine, and then ran out because I really had to pee. Climbed a tree to get away from people at an outdoor party. Stayed there until everyone left and then went home. This seems like a good idea until someone catches you, and you look creepy AF. It happened to me when I was a freshman in college. Ugh, I thought I had deleted this memory from my brain. Hey man, this isn't a thread about good ideas. I once hid under the table with the host's cat to get some space from people. It backfired when someone went to get snacks and made a funny joke and I laughed. One time when I was a kid, I was calling up a girl I liked to ask her if she wanted to hang out. Her mom answered the phone and in my awkward teenage bumbling I asked her mom if she wanted to hang out. I'm still not quite over that one. Nearly 10 years later. It was 3rd grade. I had a presentation the next day that I really didn't want to do, so I took a hammer and sat in the backyard trying to break my own ankle. I just ended up bruising it because I couldn't go full force. Can relate. I tried breaking my fingers in 6th grade because I didn't want to play my clarinet in front of my band class. TL. Doctor, I faked an angry phone call because I was too afraid to just get out of line. I was picking up my little sister from school, and I didn't have anything better to do, and I didn't want her to have to wait on the long car line. So I got there 40 minutes early. About 5 minutes before school let out, she told me she was going home with a friend. I was so scared that the people behind me in line would think I was creepy if I just left the line after all that time. So I pretended to be on the phone, got out of my car and rummaged through my trunk while acting like I was angry at the person on the other end of the call, complete with annoyed arm movements and all. Then got back in and drove off. After work, I decide to get a beer at a bar. I teach night classes on a side of town I'm not used to, so I go into random sports bar and I sit alone. I do not watch most sports. Later, me. In my mind, it's getting late. I should go home. Random guy. Hey, this Texans game is good. Can't believe something football-y happened. Me. Pretending to know football stuff. Yeah, these dudes are dope. The Texans are in for some trouble if they mess up. Guy. Finally, someone on my side. The guy buys me beer. We are now best friends. Turns out we are the only fans of whatever the other team is in this bar. We bond over our outsider status. I have no idea what to say, and as the night goes on, he keeps buying beer. I have pretended to like football for too long to come clean now. I end up watching the whole game. Our team lost. I didn't get home until midnight. The other day at my small office, I went to the bathroom to fix my shirt, which I had worn inside out. When I went into the stall, the bathroom was empty. As I flipped my shirt around, someone walked into the stall next to me. I also used some toilet paper to wipe my nose. Slight cold. And dropped the paper in the bowl. This triggered the auto flush sensor and it flushed. My predicament began when I realized I also had to pee. But since I had already used TP and flushed, my twisted mind decided this would seem really weird to the person next door. Why would someone use the bathroom, flush, and then stand up and pee again? Said no one ever. But I couldn't. They might recognize my shoes and know who I was. So instead I hatched a clever deception. I left the stall and washed my hands to seem normal. Despite that, I hadn't even used this bathroom. After drying, I walked loudly to the exit and opened the door into the hall. Then I said, "Oh, excuse me," like I had accidentally bumped into someone else coming in, and walked right back in. I made sure to change the sound of my footsteps walking more quietly so that stall man would think I was a different person and not some freak playing bathroom charades. Then I went to the urinal and peed and then washed my hands again, using the farthest sink so he couldn't spot my shoes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Reddit content.